This is Paul. Yeah, 7:42. The last minute is just over. Did you see that? It went from 7:41 to 7:42. And quite often, when time passes, you begin to realize how those minutes just keep going by. I thought I'd start this morning with reading the Constitution before I read the Bible. And I had a little extra time to myself, and I thought I'd look at that 13th Amendment. See, there's what's known as slavery. Section 1. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Now, they use this idea of involuntary servitude. It's similar to indentured servant. Yes. And I'm a little concerned. See, I had informed law enforcement yesterday. I sent an email, about the requirements of the RCWs when issuing court orders. And I am sitting here not having been contacted by my sons or Marilyn about exactly what it is that you're doing. Now, I got to thinking about this idea of surveillancing those that are citizens. See, when we was on Guam, we lived at the Guma San Jose, and Heidi had said, well, tell Oprah to tear up the contract, and I thought somebody thought that they would make a show out of me being tortured during my whole life, really. Yes. I was the target of those that are very wealthy that like to make shows out of people's personal lives. Now, in the 14th Amendment, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now, there are what is known as a substantive due process, and then there's procedural due process. Then there's the depriving a person of life, liberty, or property. That's where you issue temporary protection orders that are completely unnecessary. Yes. Because there's no for good cause to issue them. And that's where you deprive me of due process for issuing court orders where I did not receive notice of the court hearing before having the court hearing. Yes. Now, yesterday somebody was thinking, well, if you can reissue or at least motion a court to reissue a protection order, a permanent protection order, within 90 days of the expiration of it, and I was kind of being mean in the study room, I said, well, what you should do is you should motion on the 89th day before expiration. Yes. And then serve the individual so they have lots of time to think about, are they going to do something? Or are they going to appear in court? Right. Now, there's a possibility that somebody actually scheduled a court hearing, yes, on June 1st of 2015, yes, where it was not within the 90 days of expiration. So, now, as a court, you cannot actually schedule a court hearing, yes, to renew a protection order without it being within the 90 days before expiration. Now, that would be the definition of depriving, yes, myself, my sons, yes, quite possibly the petitioner, if she didn't motion the court, of life, liberty, and property because you scheduled a court hearing that was not within 90 days. Now, I know that you're going to say I'm wrong, so I think we should just look at it again. Okay. When we look at the calendar, It was August 30th, isn't that right? Yes. Of 2015, you know where it says mail or publication, right? And you went ahead and scheduled a court hearing where the law says that it cannot be scheduled. Right. Now, for every time that you issued a temporary protection order, you deprived myself, my sons, yes, and quite possibly my spouse of life, liberty, and property because you had no legal right to schedule a court hearing. Yes. Now, just looking at it, August has how many days in it? August 30th of 2015. Just a second here. Yeah, August 30th, 2015. Now, there's 31 days in August. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was September 1st. Maybe it was the 31st. But it didn't expire for 2 years. I know that for sure. That would make it August. No, it was August 13th. Yeah. But it would have expired in August uh, 2015. Yes. Wouldn't have expired until August 31st of 2015. Just a second. Let me look here for a 2nd. Let's see here. August 30th of 2013, 2 a.m. at Clallam County Superior Court. Yes. August 30th, there's 31 days in August. That was kind of confusing, wasn't it? Yes. Now, just looking at it, August 30th, 2013 court hearing when expired to August 31st. Right. But you scheduled a court hearing, an unnecessary temporary reissuance of a protection order. Yes. It would have been the 31st. You have to go backwards 90 days. You have to actually include the 31st as a day after expiration. That's right. Yeah. Now, well, am I taking too much of your time? I think it's an important lawsuit, really. Yes. Scheduling court hearings that the law does not allow for being scheduled. Yes. See, you're enforcing, yeah, this idea of laws where you can do whatever you want. Now, from June 1st of 2019 to June 1st of 2015, yeah, and then I put in another date, August, excuse me, August 31st of 2015. How many days is it? June 1st of 2015, yeah, 91 days. Poop! Now, since it did not expire until the 31st because it was in force on the 30th, yes. And since you have to consider the day of the actual scheduled court hearing, can't be included, but it can, but it can't. You actually have to have a date of service, right? 91 days, 2 months and 30 days, right? So really, the protection order did not expire until the 31st of 2015. You can't schedule the court hearing on June 1st of 2015 because of violence.